Old Trafford tonight. Welcome along everybody. Manchester United take on Watford today in their bid towards a 21st league title, which took a bit of a hit last time out against Hull City. A valiant Hull City which ended up drawing the game 2 goals apiece. And now they come to race Watford, another high-flying side. There's been a lot of high-flying, unexpected sides, Watford being one of them. 9th in the league, ahead of Chelsea. Bournemouth and Chelsea almost there as well. Crystal Palace in the top 4. One of those topsy-turvy seasons you rarely ever see. As the transfer conversation rumbles on with David De Gea. But much like David De Gea, he's keeping his mind off it until the time comes and staying professional in that Manchester United goal. And he starts again today with Semedo, Bailly, Piqué and Luke Shaw. It's Henwood with Herrera, Mkhitaryan, Martial and Pogba, Ibrahimovic up top as usual. Marcus Rashford, the match saviour against Hull, starting on the bench. Memphis Depay out with a sprained ankle that he suffered last time out. For Watford, it's Heats in goal with Yamak Kalabzi, Beatrice and Kabul. It's Yas Barami, Barrera, Kabul up there as well. Helio Gomez only making the bench today. So it should be interesting to see how the second Watford goalkeeper performs tonight. Anthony Taylor is becoming a bit of a Old Trafford staple, isn't he? He's been refereeing a lot of Manchester United's matches this season as we prepare to get underway. And Okora is going to kick us off. Well, Manchester United suffering another injury, this time to Memphis Depay. And he's going to be out for a little under 2 weeks. It shouldn't be too much of a problem for United. They have fought through injuries a lot in the past. Antonio Valencia is almost back to full fitness and full training now. So that'll please fans immensely. They've really missed Valencia to a degree. And loses the ball and immediately goes chasing back after it, forces a Watford throw. In typical Aaron Henwood fashion. Oh, he's got the ball off the throw in as well. And Aaron Henwood's going to shoot! Oh! What a strike! Aaron Henwood from out of absolutely nothing. What a hit! Take a bow, Aaron Henwood. Look at this. He took the ball off the throw in and completely just strikes that. What a shot! The keeper is nowhere near it. Look at the spin on this ball. It just misses taking a deflection. The goalkeeper is absolutely bemused. Aaron Henwood, take a bow. What a strike, son. Oh, he's belted that in the goal. And if Aaron Henwood doesn't score another goal this season, his 3rd in the league will be the best of the year for sure. Aaron Henwood has scored a belter. United 1, Watford 0. An emphatic shot and an emphatic statement of intent from the captain today. He's taken that ball as well. We were just talking about how Aaron Henwood's gutsy, aggressive style has put him for almost over 10 years in the Premier League now. And he's scored probably one of the best of his career. Almost touched out by Pogba. It's cut out slightly, but the goalkeeper, no one at Watford was expecting that shot. Aaron Henwood fancied his chances and he took it with a plug. What a strike, son. Aaron Henwood, take a bow. There's got to be goal of the month for February already. It'll be a great early birthday present for him too. It's not the kind of flashy spins you'd see from the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, but that almost worked for him. Now he's pestering Ihago as well. Henwood's having one of those nights, it seems. And don't forget, Aaron was suffering from neck strains early in the season, having awkward sleeping and was out for a few weeks. But he's recovered and he's hitting absolutely stunning shots again. Pogba, Ibrahimovic. This teamwork from United is absolutely sublime, and Yamat had to be clean, and he was, and he took it from Mkhitaryan. But at the end of the first half, Manchester United have a lead from probably the goal of the season from Aaron Henwood, who struck that out of nothing. And I think goalkeepers will be fearing that right foot from Aaron Henwood for the rest of the season, and who can blame them? Aaron Henwood scores a belter, and Manchester United deservedly lead considering the build-up play from Aaron Henwood before then. Henwood shows typical Henwood play and scores a rocket. United 1, Watford 0. Completely oblivious to that. I think I had to run a long way to get it back over the throw line, didn't he? Pogba. What a touch. Paul Pogba. Oh! And the long shots are raining in from Manchester United. And that's another screamer from Pogba. I don't think he beats Aaron Henwood, sadly. But Henwood kind of gets the assist here. And yeah, he's pretty much trying to emulate what Henwood did. Unfortunately, I don't think it will, but it's still a stunning strike that goes in the back of the net. And really, that's all Manchester United will care about at the end of the day. And it shows no matter what kind of happens in the previous matchup, Manchester United always answer back with an emphatic win. And that is Pogba's 9th goal of the season, unbelievably, in the league. Manchester United free scoring, in particular with Pogba, and Rashford has 10. Ibrahimovic has about 5. Mata has about 3. And our next 4 United will be that Europa League fixture against Fiorentina in the first leg of the knockout rounds. And here comes Ibrahimovic on the ball for Manchester United, and he's intercepted by Mavrez. The Champions League is infamous with Manchester United. They need to be back there one way or the other. And it looks like no matter what happens, one way or the other, it will get done. Of course, they could win the Europa League and win the Premier League and still be in the Champions League both ways. They could still do that. And they would go into the Champions League next season as Europa League winners to a degree. They won't be obviously able to defend the Europa League because they can't be in both at once. Down has gone Paul Pogba and he's clutching his leg. The referee has stopped. Well, one story that has been infamous with Manchester United appears to have been injuries, and Paul Pogba is the latest, and he could be out for a while. On comes Wayne Rooney then, and Paul Pogba actually scored earlier in the matchup, and in the Watford substitution, Barami has gone off, and Amrabat's come on. Rooney, and Wood calls for the fans to shoot, and it's gone in. But I think it took a deflection. Aaron Henwood immediately celebrates. I don't think it's going to go to him. But let's see. Well, Henwood has inadvertently made it 3-0. And that definitely is an own goal. That's not... It's going in. It's going towards goal from... Actually, no, it's not. That's definitely an own goal. Henwood is not going to get that one anytime soon. An own goal by Collapse. I don't think Aaron Henwood's going to care, because he's kind of inadvertently made it 3-0. But Henwood once again, like most other games in his career, is causing havoc by being all over the place. And now he's inadvertently, not only is he scoring rockets, he's inadvertently making goals as well. Own goals, that is. As Herrera has gone down under a challenge. Unbelievable mental toughness. And here comes a goal on the other side. A chance for Watford. Saved by De Gea. It's gone in. It's inadvertent, really. And De Gea's unlucky. And the Watford player is being a bit too extravagant with his celebration, in my opinion. They really should be celebrating like this. They lost the game a long time ago. And it's unfortunate, really, because Watford were on a break and Manchester United were doing well defensively. I think it's more unlucky, to be honest. Watford on a break here. It's saved by De Gea. It's gone through, and Luke Shaw just missing on the goal line clearance. It's very unfortunate for United. And Luke Shaw is immediately unlucky. His tenacity has gone unrewarded. The Watford players are celebrating too much, in my opinion. I mean, it's nice that Hibago's got a goal, but does it really mean anything? No. But they'll take it, I guess. You can't fault them, but really, it's too extravagant for celebration at too little a time for Watford, really. And there was slices of luck all over it, really, to be honest. Luke Shaw very unlucky not to get it away, and he certainly shouldn't take the blame for that. Luke Shaw with an immediate cross to Ibrahimovic, and Luke Shaw answers back with a great cross, and Zlatan makes it 4-1. Well, what a ball from Luke Shaw that is. Phenomenal ball from Luke Shaw. And he's answered back. And Zlatan does not miss those. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has had a quiet one, but he'll take that goal. And that's his 6th. And he's got a bit of a way to catch Marcus Rashford. But let's not forget he missed 2 months with a broken toe at the beginning of the season. And Luke Shaw atones for his unfortunate non-clearance at the Watford goal with a whizzing cross to Zlatan. And like we said, Watford was celebrating much too much for that, and they paid for it with a whizzing ball from Luke Shaw reaching Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Well, Aaron Henwood has been my man of the match today. A phenomenal strike in the first half after getting the ball from a throw, after forcing the throw in, and then he actually inadvertently got a second. The captain has done his job today, and more than that, just work ethic. But the worrying sign, Paul Pogba going down with an injury, and he scored as well. But looks to be another injury for Manchester United. But knowing their season, it's probably nothing to worry about. But Paul Pogba has been sensational, so they'll definitely miss him. The question will be how much. United 4, Watford 1. And look at this strike again. That's phenomenal. Aaron Henwood, just a man of the match performance yet again, showing his tenacity. United 4, Watford 1. Check out all the other scores, and Arsenal are relentless. They're keeping pace with leaders Manchester United as they won 2-0 against Hull City. Burnley lose again, this time to Chelsea by 2 goals to 1. Liverpool and Spurs ended in a 2-2 draw. United emphatic win against Watford. Stoke City have lost to Crystal Palace, who also keep pace, and finally something goes right for the champions as they won 2-1 against Swansea City. Means the table looks like this, and Manchester United still have their 2-point lead over Crystal Palace. Arsenal lost ground over the last couple of games, but they win today to keep some sort of pace. Spurs up to 4th. West Ham in 5th out of nowhere. This is Stoke City in 6th. Liverpool go ahead of Bournemouth. Chelsea go ahead of Watford in the top 10. Leicester just outside the top 10 now in 11th place. Manchester City out of the relegation zone and replaced by West Brom, as Everton and Burnley, they stay rooted to the bottom. And for Burnley, survival is all but mathematically impossible.